By the way, guys, I am pro-American vehicles. I do like Chevy, Ford, Dodge, but can you really beat a Toyota Tacoma? I mean, come on, this thing's pretty sweet. Yeah, you can, of course. Howdy, howdy, howdy. So, guys, we got some cool stuff happening on the farm, like always. Brute's sitting here. I'm gonna take him out in a little bit, do a little bit of spraying, but not quite there yet. But main reason why I'm coming back into our cold storage is we're dealing with these two beauties right here, these 8230s. What's gonna happen is we're getting an upgrade for these two combines. It's gonna be a sweet upgrade. And basically what it is they're gonna install modems on these two combines, courtesy of Case International, that are gonna connect to these machines to the cloud, where then all the yield data, all the operation systems with the engine, any information that the computer picks up, it'll then transmit to a cloud where then I can access on my phone, I can access on my computer, and at the end of the year, we'll have data of all of our yield mapping throughout the entire farm. We've never had that before. But here's the problem. They're in the very back of the shop, and there's these two beauties right here, these big buds in the way, and those combines aren't getting around those things. And over here, we've got this gorgeous 9370 International that needs a grain trailer. So if anybody's got an idea on getting us a grain trailer, we need to do that. So I need the combines out. I need to bring them over to the other shop, which is over here. That way the tech can have opportunity to climb around them, install the modems, and get everything set up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 engines in this shop. I said start them all at the same time. Let's just do it. So number 1, Brute. Caterpillar 3176. Now for the Duramax. 2004 Lily, 6.6 liter Duramax. Okay, that's going. Let's start the 9370 up. 9370 with a big cam 3. Out of gear. Good to go there. Let's go to the buds. Let's start them up. KTA 1150 Cummins, 525 horsepower. N14 Select, 435 horsepower. Just about to start. There we go. Okay, N14's running. Now for the Fiat. I think it's a 10 point some odd liter engine. I'm not sure how big it is, but let's fire this girl up. Good, she started. No alarms, we're good. All right, last one. Same engine in this one, the same combine. We're good there too. Started. All right, it's a roar. There's a lot of stuff running in here right now. We got almost 2,500 horsepower running right now in here, and it starts to smell like it too. All right, making progress. Let's back this one out. Brute's out first. It's raining again. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is awesome. Already got 2 tents. That's doing well. This is perfect. More the merrier. Keep coming down. I don't mind. This pickup's been having issues starting. Starter just grinds away. So we thought we might need to shim the starter. Took it in there, took the starter off, and the flywheel the ring gear is literally ground off to almost nothing. So that's a project for another day because we got to pull a transfer case transmission, unhook the drive lines to get at that flywheel, and we don't have time to do it now. So unfortunately, this pickup gets parked until probably later in the year. Let's use the Teleskid. Well, there, we brought it over here. This is what we're thinking. Every one of these has a pile of grass and weeds growing underneath it because we haven't moved since we mowed. Dad's coming with Mutant Mower. He's just about here. All the augers, we're gonna go ahead and just pull back, mow underneath them. All the trailers, we're gonna pull forward and mow underneath them with the cars. And then there's a bunch back here too. Take advantage of the Teleskid while we got it and get this place looking a little bit nicer than it is. So what we're doing here is we're actually going to steal the forks off the 270 John Deere. Reason being is we've got that adapter that leg arm's built that lets you grab hitches on trailers or augers or everything with receiver hitch. And it's a quick way to move stuff around over there rather than trying to finick them around with the forks, and you know how that goes. You damage stuff if you try that. So leg arm's got the 270 going. And we're going to drop those forks, get them on this thing, and then go to town because they should be universal. They should work on this thing. We'll see how it does. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't think the latch mechanism is gonna do it. It's on precedent and it's not locking, so maybe it's different. I think what I'm gonna have to do is just never push down on the forks. It'll stay latched on this thing. I can still use it to move stuff around with that piece, but it's just not gonna lock the bottom of the attachment forks on. And leg arms already took the forks that were on this thing and he's already using it on the 270, so I'm not getting that back anytime soon. So here's that adapter that he made. Let's just throw it on real fast. Shouldn't take more than a second here to put it on. Yeah, it must just be not quite the right configuration over there. I'm sure you could modify these forks to fit on this Teleskid, but we're not gonna do that right now because, well, it's probably not gonna be on this Teleskid ever again. So it'll work though. Let's start with trailers, then I'll go to augers, then I'll move anything else I can around and get it out of the way so we can mow under that. Because the Mutant Mower's hungry and needs grass to eat, so gotta keep up. We are talking about building a building someday. Right now, I don't see the finances letting it happen, but if the prices go up this fall and say it turns out to be a good year, it could be in the cards to do it. And if we do put another cold storage building up, we're really liking this area right here. It's pretty flat, it's elevated, the water shouldn't get to it, it's still on our property and the area. That'd be nice. I'm thinking like 100 by 100. No, okay, 120 by like 80 foot. How about that? Clear span? All I know is if there's a company out there that builds buildings, would love to have their name on a building in a nice video. Dad jumped off the Mutant Mower for a minute. I don't know where he went, but now's my chance to run it. I haven't ran it yet this year. I miss it. Let's go for a spin. Good thing I got tow hooks in the front of that thing. The leg arms can push with the Teleskid. Working. Back to mowing. That'll look a lot better back there. That's nice to have that done. Got the stuff organized pretty well. Eventually here when this grass takes off after the rain, we're gonna have to mow all this again with Mutant Mower. Still got the Teleskid rolling, but it's parked right now. 270 was out. So let's find out what the next project is, because stuff's gotta get done around here. Well, our little upgrades that were done to the machines, they're not 100% finished. There's still some calibrations that gotta be done, but I'll let you guys know soon in a video what exactly that is. That just got installed on these 8230s. Another thing that's happened to these combines though is one of these is getting some serious upgrades. I hope that's gonna be real soon, and I think you guys are gonna be really surprised when you see it, because it's gonna be awesome. I don't wanna give too much away. Now we've gotta do our Chem fallow operation, and then harvest isn't far away. It's really not. Even though the wheat looks young, even though the peas are short, we're gonna be in the field in not that long, really. Like, I bet you a month we'll be cutting. We gotta get all the wheat, all the peas that's left on our farm, gone, marketed, sold, so that way we have room for this year's crop, especially our peas, because we need our aeration bins to dry the peas down, because usually we cut them a little wet. So let's head around to those bins. I'll show you the bins that we still gotta haul out. So, we're at one of our bin sites. This is where most of our peas are right now. I think we're sitting on a good 25,000 bushels of yellow peas that needs to be marketed and hauled out of here. So you can see right here, there's the yellow peas from last year. Rock hard, don't eat them, break your teeth. That's got to come out so we can get next year's crop in here, which, one problem is this year we've got twice the amount of peas as we did last year. So we're gonna need twice the amount of space, which means probably all these bins here, because if it yields well, there's a chance we could fill all 50,000 bushel capacity in this site right here, which would be great. I hope it does yield well enough. Take a look at these peas. They're flowering. Look at that. That's awesome, because flowers turn into pods, and pods are where the peas are. And the whole field's got little white flowers across the whole thing right now. Field's looking good. The peas are still pretty short. I know they're gonna grow taller, but they still feel really short. They should be about double that height right now. So hopefully we get there. Dinosaur poop. First thing Monday, this truck's gonna head in for this load dumped, as well as that one over there. They're still working on the wheat. Let's go to the bins that we gotta haul out of. I'll show you guys what we got left. So we're making progress. I actually haven't even hauled hardly a load in. I've been stuck in the sprayer, as you guys know, while these guys have been doing all the hauling. I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of trucking. I like trucking. I don't like cleaning out grain bins though, but trucking's fun. Remember a couple videos back, it wasn't very many, when I did a crop tour and kind of ran around and saw some of the crops, and you guys saw the winter wheat that was very weedy. Take a look at this now. These heads, they've all come up. Look at that. They're out of the boot and they're pushing heads, and there's more coming, and it just got a nice drink. The ground is still wet underneath, so there's moisture for these things to keep pushing heads up. This is exciting. I think this winter wheat's gonna turn out really nice. Another thing is it's flowering right now, which means that this stuff is pollinating. See the little white things? They're little teeny flowers. I've actually never spent much time looking close at these things. Let's take a closer look. Still not over yet though. Even though we got about a 3/4 inch of rain this last week, it's gonna need more. And even though the heads are up, they're not filled, and it'll need at least another inch probably to push those kernels into plump. And whether we get that inch in the timely amount or not, they're forecasting maybe 4/10 this next week. If we get that, that'll just help kind of carry things along, go to the next week. And if we got 4/10 every week, we would have a big crop. It's amazing how much water goes so far, but it seems like this time of year, this is where it stops. And then we don't see another drop till after harvest. So where I'm at right now is one of our Chem fallow fields. Out of the 10,000 acres that we farm, 7,000 of it's in crop, and the other 3,000 is what's in our Chem fallow, which we call. And it used to be summer fallow, where you just plowed half the farm, and then half the farm you seeded, and then you rotated it. So it's like an alternation. Well, then it turned into Chem fallow because plowing is hard on the ground, at least in this country. We don't have enough topsoil, and constant tilling of this soil just breaks it down into worthless soil. There's no soil left, turns into just dirt. A lot of our land blew because of that. It was hard. So we're trying to recover that ground and regenerate it. But look at this. Look at this kochia. These things eventually hunker down, and chemical hardly affects them. You have to get them at a certain point. But Tuesday, this is Sunday, Tuesday looks like an open window. We're gonna hit it hard, knock out as many acres as we can, and there's a chance that we might get a sweet ride to do it in too. Stay tuned for that one. The rest of it isn't quite this bad yet, but it needs it. It's time, it's due. I gotta go back spraying again. On a side note, check this out. This is a spring wheat field. It was the last stuff we seeded on the farm. So it's a little younger than the rest of it. But the surprising thing about this spring right here, that was CRP last year. This is the very first crop on this field in over 20 some years. This is our homestead land. This is some of the original Welker land deeded back in 1912. And it's not that it's had crop before then, but sometime in the 80s, it was put into CRP, and it's been left there ever since. And this is what we ran that Pottinger Terradisc on, and with that Case Magnum 340. And it did a good job. And we had to spray this a few times. It's not organic, because we had to spray and knock out the alfalfa and whatnot. But I mean, there's a good stand out there. It's a little yellow, so I know it's hurting for nitrogen. I think we put on the same rate, but maybe the nitrogen content was a little lower because of the continuous crop grass that was on there. But I'm excited to see what that yields. It looks good so far. I mean, look at that. Now this pea field here, in another video a while back, I mentioned how the wild oats were overtaking it. It had a tremendous wild oat growth in it. There was wild oats just everywhere. In fact, some areas I couldn't even see peas. It was just wild oats growing above the peas. Well, we hit it with that clethogen, and that's the herbicide we can use on peas that doesn't affect peas, but it'll kill the grass. It annihilated those oats, annihilated them. I just see peas. It's beautiful. And that flower is beautiful. There's gonna be a lot more. A typical pea plant, we like to see 5 to 7 flowers a plant. That'd be a good amount, but it is possible for them to get even more. A pea plant could get, I think they can get as high as like 12 pods a plant. More pods, the better. More flowers, more pods, more peas. It all depends on moisture and heat. If it stays cool like it is right now and rainy, it'll have a huge pea crop. Here's what's left of our grain on the farm that needs marketed and sold and hauled in. I believe these 2 bins have been completed. Best way to tell is this. Yep, and let's check this one. Empty. And this one, it's got the vac in it, so it's not empty. But, oh yeah, that's solid. This is spring wheat. Spring wheat from last harvest. And I believe this whole row of 8,000 bushel bins has got to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're looking at a good probably 50, 60,000 bushels of spring wheat that's left to be marketed and sold. And we want to get that done before harvest because we'd really like these available to fill up. We also need bigger bins on the farm. We need more storage really bad. Is this deja vu or what? I got a different shirt on, so it's a little different than the last video. 9370 hanging out right there. We're working on getting a trailer for it. We're not sure what brand yet, but we're pulling some strings, seeing what can happen. And our goal is hopefully to get into a pretty nice trailer, so stay tuned for that one. I did want to give an update on this girl. Here's where we're sitting with the 525. I don't think we're gonna be able to get it done before harvest. There's a lot on our plate right now between spraying, between hauling grain, between getting ready for harvest, as well as it's summertime and family needs to do stuff. We haven't had a chance to do any vacation with the family or anything. So what we're kind of thinking is we might get the windows back in it, get it buttoned up enough to get it outside, get it in the other building, and then we can use this shop for harvest and bring in the other machines in here as needed. But I have a feeling, guys, that the next pig bud restoration video won't be for a few months. I'm thinking probably September is when we might hopefully get a chance to tackle this thing and finish it. I really apologize for that. I know you guys have been asking, hey, when's that video coming out? When are you gonna finish it? When are you gonna finish it? Well, it's just the way the cookie crumbled this year. And right now, to pay for that thing, to get that thing fixed, we gotta work on the farm. Well, that does it for this video, guys. Appreciate you watching. There's a big video coming this next Saturday. So stay tuned for Saturday's video. I think there's some things in there you guys are gonna really like. It's gonna be awesome. I hope it all gets done by then. But thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. and like the video. And also guys, it does help to comment on my video, whether you just want to yell at me or say you're awesome or say, can I get a job with you guys? I know I get asked that a lot, but no, it's fine. It's actually good. Comments are good because comments help my videos out. It does help them. It helps them rank better in the YouTube algorithm system, and it helps us to suggest it more and push it out more. So the more comments, the better. More engagement with you guys, and I want to do my best to try to make it engaging to you guys and respond to everybody. So definitely do that. But thanks again for watching. God bless, guys. I'll be back. Leg arms will be back. Maybe I won't be back. Maybe it'll just be leg arms. That's what I should do. I'll give him the camera. Okay. Later.